So hello everyone, this is the video for week 6. So in this video I would be talking about environmental criminology. So let's have an overview of what environmental criminology is. So environmental criminology basically is broadly considered as spatial criminology, which examines the relationship between physical spaces and crimes, and it also determines crime prior to its occurrence. So, what environmental criminology is all about is it determines um, which area is more important of having a criminal activity being performed in that area, and special spaces like places which are more important or more vulnerable to crimes. So, the environment consists of like three elements: the physical design of the place, the built environment, the legal and social institutions, and changes in the let I would be talking about like changes in the environment also create defensible spaces. So, what are spatial spaces, like spatial criminology, the second name of environmental criminology. So spatial criminology is a branch of criminology that measures and theorizes explicitly spatial processes and relationships. And what are defensible spaces? So defensible spaces is like basically a model that can like inhibit crime in residential environments. So these environments might be specific buildings, projects, or like entire neighborhood. So an environmental criminology like focuses on the criminal event, not on the individual. So environmental criminology is not about the person who is performing the crime, but it is about the event, the whole event, like what actually happened, and it considers the spatial distribution of crime, victimization, or offenders, and it examines the social and physical aspects of spaces, so social structures of the neighborhood. And it has also been developed by white male educated scholars who hold like Western assumptions, and it needs to consider impacts of colonization and systematic oppression too, which it does not like include at the moment. And it also focuses more on street crimes, not zoo crimes, because street crimes are more vulnerable. They're like um easy to detect, easy to view, whereas in the cases of zoo crime it's not really easy to see them. Street crime is more visible and it also has a higher prosecution rate. So focuses on crime with certain environments, while like green criminology focusing on like environmental focuses. So a very simple differentiation between street crimes and zoo crimes is street crimes are basically crimes that uh, are basically acts that occur in both public and private spaces, as well as in like interpersonal violence and property crime too. But whether as in suit crimes are those crimes that are referred to corporate crimes, crimes of the powerful, state crime, and like straight criminality, which is like being performed by people of high power on a sitting on a high position in the government, or whether they have a high economic status in the society. So we do have some theories in environmental criminology, and one of them is routine activity theory. So, what routine activity theory actually argues that changes in social and economic conditions influence crime and victimization. So, there might be a time when someone gets involved with criminals as starting a friendship with criminals, so you are more likely to get into involved in crimes with them. And the other thing is, as we studied in the strain theory, if someone does not have their very stable economic condition, so they would more likely to see crime as an easier way to get out of their financial crisis. And the next thing is, routine activity theory says that changes in crime trends are associated with changes in routine activities too. And the next thing is, it also emphasizes actions on individuals instead of neighborhood and its characters. And the big thing about like routine activity theory, it also considers the interplay between space and time too. And traditionally, it was used to explain break and enter, like burglary, domestic violence, and physical assault. But it can also explain why crime is concentrated in some places, like why some places are more prone to getting criminal activities happening in those places. So, routine activity theory is like bound with three subjects, the three key elements of crime. So, the first one is the motivated offender, someone who is motivated to perform the crime. And next up is a suitable target, the person who is viewing a person, place, or a thing as a suitable target. And the third is absence of a capable guardian. And the absence of a capable guardian means someone being not present there to protect the person, place, or thing. And the convergence in time and space is necessary for crime to occur. The next step is geometric theory. So geometric theory helps us like demonstrates how individuals develop like individual awareness and space that consists of their major routine activity nodes. For example, home, school, work activity, spaces, gyms, such of that. And the travel paths that connect them and everything within the visual range of the offender. So geometric theory explains like crime pattern on the basis of the geographic dimension of a human activity patterns. What are the places that a person performs certain activities, such as studying in school, getting treated in the hospital, working out in the gym, playing in the playgrounds. All of these dedicated places are dedicated to different kind of like activity. It also focuses on the perceived opportunity to commit crime. And there are like states, it also like states that there are four elements of a city: nodes, paths, districts, and edges. So nodes and paths are used to create maps for the purpose of examining where we stand our time. Maps indicate activity space, which becomes awareness spaces. And nodes consists of nodes are like conceptualized points that are places within the city that a person travel to and from, business, entertainment, and all kinds of stuff like that. So next up is like rational choice theory. So rational choice theory argues that committing crime is a rational choice made by offenders. It's not something that someone else told them. It's not something that they're forced to do. It's something that like it's their own very own decision performing that act. For example, monetary gain of property crime, as I told, someone might see it as an opportunity to get out of their uh, financial crisis, and it assumes criminals like think through the risks and rewards of the criminal act. They actually see that how much are they going to be charged for it versus how much are they getting out of it. If the benefit is more than the charge, then they would definitely go for the crime. So rational choice theory says that criminals make four choices: whether or not to commit crime, whether or not to select a particular target, how frequently to offend, and whether or not to desist from crime. And lastly, it also says that there is an interplay between rational choice and environmental clues that results in crime. So all in all, just to summarize, environmental criminology considers spatial distribution of crime, victimization or offenders, contrast with green criminology. Thank you very much.